Hello, everyone. Welcome to Finext Final and Demo Day 2026. Over the past 14 weeks, 10 fintech entrepreneurs have gone through an intensive acceleration journey, refining their business models, validating their solutions through open POC processes, and preparing for scale. And today, they take the stage. As you may well know, Finext is going global this year. Currently being live streamed globally, we are proud to have 3 international entrepreneurs in this cohort, making Finext not just a local initiative, but a growing international fintech platform. Today is about innovation, collaboration, and growth. Before we move forward, I would like to thank the institutions supporting this ecosystem. Our sponsors, Halkbank, Odeatek, Aktiftek, Arz Gayrimenkul, Sipay, Unico, KFT Bilişim, Hesapkurdu, Agito, and Payosfer. Thank you for empowering innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, also, I would like you to know you may use the Find Photo app to access all the photos taken throughout this event. To download the Find Photo app, you may scan the QR code on the right side of the stage on the banner. Now, to officially open the event, I'd like to invite our first speaker to the stage. Please welcome General Manager of Digital Park Teknokent, Professor Tahsin Engin.
Dear entrepreneurs, sponsors, partners, and distinguished guests, welcome to the grand finale of the Finext program. Today, we celebrate bold ideas, global collaboration, and the power of innovation. Over the past weeks, Finext has brought together exceptional startups from Turkey and around the world, each one working to shape our future of finance. At Digital Park Teknokent, our mission is very clear: to create an ecosystem where technology, talent, and ambition meet. And Finext is one of our proudest platforms, connecting entrepreneurs from the world with mentors, industry leaders, and real opportunities for growth. To our international participants, thank you for bringing your energy and global perspective to this amazing event. To our sponsors and partners, thank you for your dedication and support. And to our startups, today is your moment. Regardless of the outcome, you have already succeeded by dreaming big and pushing boundaries. The future of fintech is not something we are waiting for. It is something we built together. Thank you, and let the finale begin.
Now, I would like to invite Planning and R&D Manager of KFT Bilişim, Güray Demirbilek, to the stage.
Dear participants, distinguished technology leaders of our industry, KFT Bilişim Sistemleri was established in Technopark Istanbul on 24th of September 2024, building on the infrastructure and experience of its R&D center. We continue our operations across both Technopark Istanbul and Zaim Technopark locations. We focus on developing end-to-end digital solutions in the field of banking technologies. We go beyond simply developing software and aim to actively shape the digital transformation of financial systems. At KFT Bilişim, we design technology tailored to the needs of the banking sector. In developing our products and solutions, we place particular emphasis on regulatory requirements, operational risks, customer behavior, data security, and scalability requirements. At KFT Bilişim, we develop infrastructures that are compliant with participation finance principles, built on microservices architecture, and designed with high integration capabilities. We are also pleased to contribute to the fintech ecosystem in Turkey. In this context, our work focuses on three main areas: joint R&D projects, open banking integrations, and security and regulatory compliance. Looking ahead, our key areas of strength will be AI-driven autonomous risk management, real-time payment architectures, blockchain-based financial processes, digital identity and biometric authentication, self-healing software infrastructures, and sustainable data architectures. Thank you everyone for this beautiful organization.
And now, please welcome CEO of Hesapkurdu, Barış Sönmez, to the stage.
Good afternoon, dear ecosystem. Just please. As my friend announced, I am Barış Sönmez, CEO of Hesapkurdu. We have a packed agenda today, so let me quickly start with who we are. Hesapkurdu operates in the global category of price comparison, focused on financial products in Turkey. Our mission is clear: to empower consumers by bringing simplicity and transparency to personal finance. Financial decisions are among the most important decisions people make in their lives, yet they are often complex, opaque, and biased. We exist to remove that friction, to make products comparable, to help people make better, more confident choices. It's a pleasure to be here today, not just as a sponsor, but as a company that genuinely believes in what Digital Park Technokent and Finext program represent. Programs like Finext are not nice to have. They are infrastructure for innovation. I recall Tassim Bey describing this program as a thematic fintech accelerator, covering everything from mobile payments to open banking, digital insurance, and full digitalization of financial services. I believe this breadth is foundational. Finext is designed to turn early momentum in real companies. Technoparks like Digital Park are designed to turn real companies into global players. As Hesapkurdu, we are happy to be integrated in this ecosystem, and we share the ambition to see the next fintech unicorns emerge from programs like this. I would like to close with one single theme for the founders in the room, and that's execution. Execution beats ideas, execution beats decks, execution beats perfect plans. So my humble advice is simple: focus on execution more than anything else. Lower the cost of mistakes and move fast. Teams that win are not the ones that avoid mistakes, but they are the ones that recover faster and move forward smarter. Be ultra determined. Embrace no excuses as a core principle. Determination compounds. It makes you sharper under pressure, stronger in uncertainty, and very hard to stop. Thank you to Digital Park Technokent and the Finext team, and to all founders here that are pushing forward. We are excited to see what you will execute next. Thank you.
I would also like to thank all our opening speakers for their valuable insights. Now, we move on to our panel session, 2026 FinTech Ecosystem Expectations. The FinTech landscape is evolving rapidly. Regulation, AI integration, cross-border expansion, embedded finance, everything is accelerating. Let's explore what 2026 may bring. In a second, we'll welcome the CEO of B-Connector, Mehmet Dolgan, and CEO of Lidio Payment Systems, Emre Güzel, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the Finext Demoday. In the next half an hour, we will be talking about 2026 FinTech trends with Emre Güzel. He's the co-founder and the CEO of Lidio, one of the leading payment institutions in
Hopefully,
Turkey.
yes. This is what we think.
Emre, welcome again.
Thank you.
You also. Before 26 trends, please briefly introduce Lidio first, and then briefly explain how was the 2025 for Lidio and yourself.
Lidio is my second endeavor, actually. First of all, thank you for having me. The first one was PayU. It was almost 16 years ago. One of the first fintech in the country, which was very hard days because there was no regulation or something like that. It wasn't a safer environment for payment service providers. Now it is safer. Lidio, actually, it has been around for the last 5 years. We built Lidio in pandemic period. We raised money in pandemic period again, and we applied to the central bank in the pandemic period, which is insane when I look at back. It is not a great decision. This is what I'm thinking. And it took us to be live 2 years, more than even 2 years. But now we are processing more than 5.5 billion US on a yearly basis. We are finally a bit positive. We are growing locally and globally. And yeah, it's going well. It's going well. But of course, if you look into what happened in 2025, last year it was like locally, it was more than innovating. It was just trying to be adjusting ourselves to the new regulations, mostly from the risk perspective, AML and know your customer perspective. I believe finally we are doing good. It's all the local environment. But if you look at the global scale, even the companies like Worldline, Adyen, Global Collect, they had the same issues as well from all around the world. They had some issues in Asia Pacific, in Middle East, and now they are also changing themselves with the help of the new regulations. So we can simply say that regulations now finally helping us, enabling us, and also teaching us a lot. And I believe it will be more in 2026 as well, from that perspective.
We hope so.
Yeah, we do.
Coming to the 2026, first I would like to talk about macro conditions.
Yeah.
Do you expect about the macro conditions that will impact, of course, the funding ecosystem, and also
funding is a completely different story. Yes,
it's related.
Actually,
also,
everything
little bit regulation. What do you expect?
The thing that the whole fintech environment has been changing a lot, not just because of AI. Just we all love to talk about. It is more now infrastructural businesses comparing with the user interface wallets or something like that through the embedded services, which also require some new licenses as well, like open banking services, for instance. We just broke with PSD2 to Turkey. It's happening globally, like Monzo and Revolut, as you know that. From the infrastructural perspective, now we are just trying to be more invisible as a payment service providers through embedded services globally and also locally. When it comes to consumers are also changing a lot. They used to compare you as a fintech company with banks years ago, 3-4 years ago, but now they are just comparing you to Netflix, Uber, Amazon, because they just have the ability to compare with the new kind of services, which is instant, reliable, and happening with the most of the clues. Because if you go to bank, if you go to fintech, not all the time you have some clues what you do, what you pay for, or something like that. That's why it is also changing us, not in the help of the technology, but the consumer habits and consumer expectations are pushing us to be definitely better in global scale and also locally. From the regulatory perspective, of course, they are now enablers, finally. With the help of PSD2, now they are talking about PSD2 to bring that PSD2 to Turkey as well. Now they are enablers. And so with that hard regulations, it means that you are not a disruptive business anymore, of course. You are becoming a part of the fintech operating system as fintech companies. This is a transformation. It's happening already. But of course, comparing with the last 10 years, for instance, 10 years ago, when we built PayU, there was too much innovation. Today, it is not that much, but also they are also enabling you, teaching you what's happening around, like the global companies does, like Tunes, Payoneers, Adyen, Stripe do. And we are trying to bring them to Turkey as well. This is from the global perspective. Where we are today, locally, now probably the second half of 2026, we will be seeing more innovative solutions, products, and maybe the new behaviors just pushed by the consumers itself as well.
Okay.
This is where we are today.
You touched Revolut.
Yeah.
So after Revolut's entry, how do you, expect the competition? Also, some other players like, at the scale of Revolut, would you, do you expect that they will enter also?
The main idea is simple. We need type of companies, fintechs, or it's a technology companies. We are just adapting ourselves. For each 5 years, we just adapt ourselves to a new era, new way of doing business, new way of doing online shopping or something like that. And Revolut is just something for the consumers. Consumers are not using call centers. They are not visiting the branch, the bank's branch or something like that. You know, the new type of consumers, but they are paying for it. The idea behind that, if no one comes, why we need branches, why we need call centers or something like that. And now we have Revolut. But Revolut ended up with some type of banking solutions through credit card, debit card, or something like that. I believe we will be seeing more innovation because whoever does something new ends up with the prepaid card. PayPal did it before. Now Revolut is trying to be a bank, while banks are trying to be startups. The startups also are trying to be some corporates as well. This is the era. Everyone wants to be something that they are not born to be. And that's why we need to be figuring out, probably this year, to what extent we can push our limits to be something more, or maybe we just stay and focus on our businesses. This is where we are. But of course, Revolut is going to be pushing very hard the banking systems, for mostly for the newcomers as well, which is the new generations, because they are not going back. This is obvious. That's why we have Empara probably from Finance Bank. If you ask, if you see Empara commercial, you will see that it is better than a banking system. So we need banking systems, but everyone tells about that. We don't need banks. This is where we are, and Revolut is doing definitely a good job there.
We are going to see more of a convergence, I guess, between two.
We will be seeing that. Of course, once they kick somebody, which is someone from 16 years, 17 years, or something like that, they are also cannibalizing them to a banking system through their platform. This is something that we need. Once we built PayU, we knew that the small businesses, SMBs, didn't have any chance to be operational online. PayU helped them a lot. Then the banking system just accepted them and giving us some credits or something like that. This is what we need in the country as well. And I believe the innovation also will be following, definitely, sooner than later.
Another thing we talked in 2025 was AI. In last Davos,
Too much. Yes.
previously the finance players, were invading the Davos, but last time, in the most recent one, all technology players, AI players invaded the Davos, and there was only one agenda. It was like, everybody was talking about AI. So,
Yeah.
coming to fintech, how do you expect that AI will impact the payment processing? All
Yeah.
those. We already see many applications in fraud detection and etc.
We once we heard about blockchain, we dig a lot about blockchain to see how it will be shaping the finance infrastructure. Nothing happened, but we spent so much money. In Naspers, we invested in different blockchain companies, more than 50 million or something like that, but they ended up with the cryptocurrencies, crypto exchange companies. But AI is completely different scenario. Even today, the three main areas, which is customer support, risk monitoring, and transaction monitoring, already have transferred with AI as well. Even we are using in Turkey. The companies, RegTech companies, we also have in your program, are using AI a lot, not to do something in locally, also globally as well. It brings also some global expansion capabilities within that, because less resources, then you can build something that works in everywhere. We are not that lucky as a payment service provider, because we are licensed here in Turkey and we can do only in Turkey as well. But the companies who do RegTech can expand globally very easy. And the customer support is now handled by AI in countries, in companies like ourselves. And globally, they are also looking into fraud monitoring. We already started doing that here in Turkey as well. It is not rule-based anymore. It's behavioral and real-time. And we are looking in the data real-time to see if we can enable to put some AI capabilities on top of that. And when it comes to risk monitoring, it is also something that not from the fintech companies, the banking companies as well. Also, fraudsters are using AI a lot. Direct tech companies know better than me, for sure. We also need to have that ability to also fight the crime, as our fraudsters are using AI even more than what we do today. That's why three different areas are very well known and used, but the main wave probably will be the AI will be routing each and every transaction on its own, not today, but the day after, because we are working on that. For instance, we are working with one of the biggest airlines here in Turkey. The global companies are also doing that. Though that global airline company are selling to everybody, not just in Turkey, globally. And whoever somebody is trying to do some transaction on that airline company, the AI will decide if it is gonna be either MasterCard and Visa, which is the main rail, which is great rail, great network. But also there are some local card schemes, as we have Troy. Russia has Mir. If you go to Saudi, they have MADA, which is local card schemes, are trying to find a way in between MasterCard and Visa to themselves, and it's growing. And also there are alternative payment methods, tons of alternative payment methods. Some of them are working synchronized. Most of them are not working synchronized, which is asynchronized. And those are the payment methods that we are giving to our customer, to our merchants, and the AI will choose the best for the customers itself. But we will be talking about some ethics, not today, the day after. Chip for whom? For customer, for merchant, for PSP. Those are the areas that we gonna be probably digging around the next wave when we start talking about that.
Great. These are very good examples of customer-facing processes. Automated
Yes.
or semi-automated by AI. How about development team? How did you transform?
Development teams. Actually, probably you see that this is the first time I'm using LinkedIn very frequently. I've seen tons of engineers are looking for a new job. This is the first time I'm seeing that. I cannot say that it is just because of AI, but AI is there for sure, one of the reasons. But it also shows that the companies, tech companies, are not yelling for engineers anymore. This is obvious that because what they need is hybrid thinkers. It's someone who knows products, understands regulatory expectations, understands how to solve it, and some engineering perspective are the ones will be doing a great job the day and the day after for sure. But engineers are, we are not growing in engineering side. We are growing that part of folks as well, which is hybrid thinkers. This is what I believe. It will be definitely changing the companies itself within.
I guess this is a very good news for the technical teams and profiles.
Who understands product and the
exactly,
regulators, yes, indeed.
And coming to investment, you said it, of course, it's a different story. It's a different story in Turkey in the last, especially
Different,
years.
Yes, true.
I mean, we all know how did it pass 2024 and 2025. I mean, specifically in fintech startups funding, how do you expect the fintech funding?
Maybe we may look into that in different perspective, which is global and local. Globals are raising money, definitely easier than what we do here in Turkey. But even the investors now are just not looking into growth. They are looking into EBITDA, the cash flow, the gross margin. They understood the business itself. And when I was in PayU while running some investments in EMEA and LATAM, we were just looking into revenue. If it is growing fast, that's okay. Then we can adjust it and can be a profitable company. But now the investors are looking into mostly cash flow and the EBITDA, which is something good and not good for sure for entrepreneurs. It is happening in Turkey as well, but Turkey also has some capabilities. You know, if it doesn't kill you, you know the term. It didn't kill us, so we learn from the highway. That's why we are already trying to build sustainable companies, because we don't have a chance as the globals have, like when it comes to raising money. So that's why we have a good, solid businesses, sustainable businesses in Turkey. The only issue for those companies are not looking outside of the country because of the population of the country. It's a dilemma. It's 90 million now. Whatever they do, they mostly stuck in the country. But if you go to Israel, of course, as they are 8 million or something like that, they build the global companies. This is our dilemma, I believe. If you start building a company that can also touch global, which it's going to be either global footprint or some partnership to re-enable your products in some countries, is a good also sign for investors, Turkish investors, to invest into that companies as well. It's not easy to find money. If we talk about 1 million to 5 million, it's not that easy. Of course, under 1 million, it is not that hard. But when it comes to 5 between 15, it's definitely very hard to find here in Turkey. That's why you need a global footprint or some idea, some strategy to kick your business to go out, to fight, to compete with your global competitors, because we are doing good job here, but we are not just thinking globally. This is what I'm thinking. So that's a good news and also bad news as well. I mean, once we acquired EasyCo, for instance, was definitely EBITDA lower than you think, but there was a huge growth in revenue. Once we hired Creditech, hired Citrus in India. Now India PayU is on, India PayU is 3 billion USD with the help of Citrus Pay. But I'm thinking that if we invest now in Citrus, I don't think that it would be the decision that we taken into the consideration these days, which means that we are also losing, investors are also losing some opportunities as well, while just looking into EBITDA and gross margin.
Thank you. You also touched that paradigm shift and from growth at all costs to a sustainable or more profitable EBITDA positive businesses, just because of the not in Turkey but globally. I mean, in some period there was, and the funding was very difficult. Do you think it's going to be permanent? I mean, instead of the startups are always burning money. I mean, growth at all costs you favor, but now everybody's looking for financial sustainability.
I believe the investors, if they are investing now, if there is two choices, one is fintech burning money, one is AI burning money. They choose AI. They need to choose AI because AI has the capability to grow faster comparing with fintech. If fintech is a PSP, which is more regulated, higher regulated
But there is
PSP,
more
it's a
risk for
different
AI.
story.
You don't know
Yes,
the
of
next
course.
action of the LLMs. I mean,
It is true. It is true. But I would choose AI. Although I'm doing my second endeavor, probably the third will be another fintech again, but it is my legacy, unfortunately. AI should be the one. Actually, the biggest difference is when I first met with Patrick, who is the founder of Stripe. He was in Canyon trying to penetrate to Turkey or something like that. Then he said, no, Turkey is so complicated, too many banks. They are good in tech. They are good in everything already. How can they or we can compete with them? We did. But then I've seen that they just launched 100 different countries just 2 months later, which is less complex countries. And now Stripe is a global company. The only difference was while talking to him, I understood that, I remember now, he had no idea about some specific payment related terms. I was very surprised at, like, for instance, if it is a Guarantee Bank terminal, Guarantee Bank card, if it goes through that, it is on us transaction. Yeah. He didn't know that. But Stripe was 1 billion back those days. Then I understood that if Patrick and his brother came to Turkey trying to invest, find money or raise money, the first question would be from our investors, if you have any idea about fintech for sure, right? Banking system, etc. And probably eliminated because they had no idea. The main idea was they had a chance, the idea to change everything, reshape the fintech and banking systems, and they did. Yeah. That might be, apart from the monies itself, the amount of money that we can invest in Turkey. I believe what we look in an entrepreneur is completely different than what they look in US and Europe as well. That might be another difference.
Yeah, thank you. There's another story that we have been talking about last couple of years, stable coins.
Yeah.
How do you think it will impact the landscape of fintech? And also, do you think Turkey should have an official stable coin back to maybe gold or Turkish lira?
I believe the TCMB, Turkish Central Bank, already did years ago. It was not 6-7 years ago. They looked. We were even invited there. They look into that. They try to find a good sample who is already working and solving a problem instead of just kicking an academic, article. They just look into the system and try to solve some issues. And back late 2022, even they did the first transaction in stablecoin, and then they enable us, fintech companies, to be part of it. At the beginning, it was just banks. Then we were also invited at fintech companies to be part of that project, but it is not going anywhere. It's not growing. But when it comes to the global era, especially remittance companies like Tunes, Pioneer, or the other ones, like there are tons of them, are already using stable coins, because stable coins is now fixing the issue, resolving the issue about when it comes to the cross-border money movement. Yeah. And now it's already happening. Most of them are shifting from legacy systems to stable coin because it is efficient. The treasury needs requirements comparing with the legacy systems are definitely less and less. And now only 5% of the whole transactions of Tunes, for instance, which is global money movement company, through stable coins. And the CEO, Peter, we work together in PayU, now says that it's going to be 85 in 5 years. 85% of the whole transactions from all around the world, they are operating more than 150 countries today, will be through stable coins. It's already happening when it comes to cross-border. And the B2B businesses, B2B money transfers, we will or somebody who is doing those transactions will not be seeing those happening behind that, but it will be definitely moved to stable coins when the consumers the people are using that platform having no idea about that. But stable coins will be definitely first through the B2B solutions, B2B money transfer, and it will be definitely growing. That's why Turkey needs to have a clear strategy about that, to be part of that, because it's cross-border, and cross-border is something that we need to also rely on from the country perspective.
Thank you. By the way, there is also one startup here who will be pitching today, who can easily, step to that area. That's Pintra. Sorry for that, Ömer. I just made a teaser. I have some notes about regulation and talent. We already talked about those there. Talent from the development perspective.
To shifting some new disciplines will be definitely part of that. Like psychology, for instance. You cannot just let the engineers to build something without any disciplines, because it's not working anymore. That's why that hybrid thinkers is something that we need to look into that.
Yeah, I guess that's not only for fintech. In all areas we will need those kind of technical ways. How about cross-border strategy? Fintech is highly dependent on regulation, and how should a fintech startup or fintech company have a cross-border strategy?
I divide that into three. One is remittance, which is money transfer, like Tunes and Payoneer did. For instance, to some extent, all the PayPal accounts just withdraw their money through Payoneers, but no one knows about Payoneers. This is the infrastructure behind the doors, and even the consumers have no idea what they use. This is what I just told you, that the cross-border strategies are also from the countries itself also. The TCMB has Troy, for instance, today, which is local card scheme. And as mentioned, that there are MasterCard and Visa great rails, but also compete very hard with local card schemes, alternative payment methods. They don't like it. That's why the competition authorities in every country, even if you go to Europe, Europe said that we need some alternative card scheme. But as MasterCard and Visa, hopefully there is no one from MasterCard and Visa, are competing in an aggressive way while just increasing the interchange or something like that. So we have Troy, and we work very close with the BKM, Interbank Card Center, to enable Troy card users to shop online in global merchants like Google. If you go to Google, if you pay with your card for YouTube Premium, now Lidio is behind that. Again, you don't see Lidio. Only if you have any compliant, you understand it is Lidio. And now we are really enabling Troy cards because it is local. It's not accepted in global companies. And now it is already happening that. This is the first phase. The second phase is to bring our capabilities, including Troy, to global companies, because we have installments, we have Troy, we have alternative payment methods now. Open banking is also pushing them to find the door for itself. So the second part is the merchants that we are working with, like Sun Express, which is an airline company, I mentioned that, are selling online globally. If, as a PSP, if you are also just enabling them to use Turkish MasterCard, Visa, Troy, some alternative payment methods, it's not helping them because they are selling to Europe. If you sell to Germany, you need to have Zofort. If you sell to Netherlands, you need to have Ideal, which is 61 different banks are doing some pay-by-link solution or something like that. We have everything. We collected everything for our merchants who want to be global. Because the global merchants are competing with you, with your local merchants globally. They have their own payment teams from Uber, from Adyen or something like that. But Turkish Airlines, if Turkish Airlines is just selling with Turkish capabilities, they cannot compete with Emirates. They need to have at least what Emirates is offering for their consumers and give the best price, give the best conversion or something like that. Those are the cross-border related solutions that we are looking into that, and we are trying to help to our regulatory with Troy case, for instance, and we are trying to help to our merchants, like Sun Express case as well. And then AI will be taking over because there are hundreds of payment methods, millions of consumers from around the world, and you have just a one payment page. Then AI will take over and will start to decide actually on behalf of the consumer if it is cheaper, the better conversion, or something like that. Those are the things that we are looking into that.
Sun Express has the head office in Turkey.
Yes, Antalya.
But for instance, let's get a marketplace, Ozon. I don't know whether Ozon has office in Turkey. Let's say they don't have. But they are selling items to Turkish customers.
True.
We can order from Ozon. So is it possible to have a, Turkish payments institution
Yes.
for the Turkish customers
Yes.
while they are not here?
Yes, true. It is Article 19, which is why the regulations are also enabling these days. That Article 19 is something that we acquired, we granted by Worldline and dLocal. We are the only PSP with that Article 19 capabilities, which is cross-border, for specifically cross-border. And this is something, it is brand new. That's why MasterCard and Visa is pushing back or something like that. It is in the competition authority because it's going to be changing the world. I mean, it says that we are not in physical world anymore. I mean, that rules that MasterCard and Visa pushed was 30 years ago for physical world, which is area of use rules, for instance. Now they are trying to also bring that rules to online business. But in online, there is no borders, you know. So that's why the global companies, as we are working with Google, for instance, Google also doesn't have any local entity here in Turkey, but we are processing for Google. We are processing for Blizzard, Steam. There will be definitely more. And Uber is on track now. That cross-border license that our regulations kicked, we were also part of that, of course, as Lidio and PayU are working on for the last 8 years, will be definitely changing the world when it comes to cross-border, of course. And now the other countries like from LATAM and Middle East are also calling our central bank to see if they can also re-enable their local card schemes in global merchants and looking into use cases that we just built with Interbank Center and the central banks itself.
Great. For the good news, congratulations.
Yes, hopefully we will win. But the competitors are MasterCard and Visa. Of course.
We support you. We are behind you. So I am over with my notes. If you are okay, I would like to turn to the audience if we can get only one question. Do we have any question for Emre? Yes, Igor. First, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Igor Majov. I'm busy working in the RegTech and adopting AI for regulation. So, how do you see? Hear me? Yes. So my question is, how do you see AI being adopted, especially in payment processing, into better servicing your customers?
I believe the best way is to give them the choice. While we are also talking about AI agents, though, you know, but AI agents are definitely something we need to be looking into in a careful way because the competition will be changing through AI agents as well. For instance, we start talking about Alexa, Amazon's Alexa, if you remember that. It started shopping online. You're just telling it, okay, just need a battery and sends you a battery. But the biggest question, the biggest ethical question behind is to whom's battery will be delivered? Amazon's battery, Duracell, something else? That's why that AI agents will be definitely deciding on behalf of the consumer. It's going to be probably the cheapest way consumer with the more conversion rate or something like that. But even today, the competition authorities are also looking into that because they have to, because it will be changing completely the games itself as the companies with biggest data, like Amazon, Trendyol in Turkey or something like that, will be able to manipulate everything through AI agents as well when it comes to transactions itself. So that's why we will be probably needing more RegTechs who is also looking into that with some framework also comes from the regulators itself as well. This is what I see. I mean, the biggest issue is the ethical problem behind that. But the AI agents will be deciding, of course, on behalf of the consumer.
Human in the loop will be necessary or fully automated?
Needs to be fully automated if you want to scale. Of course, this is obvious that from the fintech perspective, but probably people will just stop deciding in a few years, just using AI agents behind that. We need you, don't worry. RegTech companies.
We said one, but there is another question. Please, shortly, please.
I'm Süreyya Akyüz. You talked about AI and RegTech regulatories, fintech about. I'm wondering, is your company, or do you think that Turkish fintech companies are ready for AI regulations? Because the AI regulatory laws are coming. EU AI Act will be announced, and I'm one of the trustworthy AI working group member of ISO and also TSE. The standardizations are going on. We are working on it. As a Turkey, and when you observe the other companies or your company, do you think that you are ready, and what type of actions do you plan for these AI regulations?
I believe we are not ready, and I haven't seen any. But of course, when it comes to fintech, I'm mostly sitting with the licensed companies, which is 65 fintech companies who are licensed by the central banks itself. But we have more than 700 fintechs are doing great job, even comparing with some of us. They are doing great job. Fintech is definitely bigger than the licensed payment service providers. And our era, because I was one of the founders of ÖDEP, I'm sitting with them. I haven't seen anybody. We are also, to be honest, we are just there yet. If we need to publish some sensitive data to ChatGPT or something like that. We are just there yet. We are using in customer support. We are using in risk monitoring and transaction monitoring. But this is something we need to look into that, definitely. Yes, from the whole ecosystems itself, to be honest.
Thank you. I ask this because I am the company of doing such regulations, AI auditing, who is deciding mostly in fintech companies using AI models, assessing the risk monitoring, and also assessing the whether the AI models following the AI regulatories, whether the AI models are biased, robust, fair, or transparent, using mathematical and statistical techniques, algorithmic way, not just by words. As far as I observed, people talk about more sentences, just the law, how should AI should be, how should it be responsible, but not a technical part.
Yes, true.
So if you are interested, this is an open call.
I believe this is something you also need to talk to ÖDEP. This is the perspective where we need to look into that, because we are not there yet. The main reason why we are not there yet is to be also probably compliant with the TCMB first, because there are new changes, the new regulations, some new controls for the last 6-7 months. And once it is finished, we need to definitely innovate ourselves. This is
I'm
obvious.
located here, and also I'm academician, professor of mathematics in Bahçeşehir University.
Great.
So entrepreneur, also academician. So you are welcome to get into contact with me. Süreyya Akyüz.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we are done. Thank you. Thanks again for coming and sharing these thoughts. And please join me.
Thank you.
I would also like to thank Mr. Güzel and Mr. Dolgan for a very insightful discussion. And before moving on with our next speaker, we prepared a great introduction video for Digital Park. Let's see it together, and then we shall continue.
The world is changing. Borders are disappearing. Artificial intelligence and digital transformation are reshaping the future of humanity. Technology is transforming every aspect of
Aynen.
life, from
Ben
the
siz de
economy
startupları
to
düşünüyorum.
education. We will share the story of an innovation hub where technology is developed,
Burada siz çalışıyorsunuz o
commercialized,
zaman, öyle
and
mi?
introduced to the
Tamam.
world.
Okey, o zaman ben sizi tekrar...
Digital Park Technokent, a partnership between Recep Tayyip Erdogan University and the Turkish German University, embodies this vision. This initiative brings academia and the business world together and was founded as a pioneering center guiding Turkey's innovation ecosystem. Digital Park Technokent shines as the rising star of technology in Çekmeko, built on 40,000 square meters land with green rating certification. This complex attracts entrepreneurs with its sustainable architecture, modern infrastructure, and spacious living areas. Its environmentally friendly design offers an inspiring atmosphere for ideas to flourish. The 32,000 square meter Ardeşiz campus is located next to the Istanbul Financial Center. Startups focused on fintech, artificial intelligence, gaming, cybersecurity, chip design, smart cities, and digital transformation technologies meet national and international companies as well as investors in the same ecosystem. The Rize campus combines the university's knowledge base with the region's young dynamic talent in advanced technology. The technology bridge established between Rize and Istanbul transforms regional competencies into global values. However, Digital Park Technokent is more than just a complex of modern office spaces. It is an interactive hub where entrepreneurs bring their ideas to life, an ecosystem where dreams turn into reality, ideas become products, and economic value is created from small concepts to billion-dollar unicorns. Startups find their place here. Our startup offices provide end-to-end support, from idea conception to scaling. Designed to foster innovation, they feature modern co-working spaces, a podcast studio, and dedicated relaxation and entertainment areas. Our programs empower entrepreneurs through mentoring, training, prototyping, and intellectual property support. With access to investment funds and global networks, Digital Park Technokent stands by innovators at every stage of their journey. Through international partnerships, investor connections, and global acceleration programs, we open technology ventures to the world. Our ecosystem builds a vast technology network stretching from Europe to the Middle East and from Turkic republics to all corners of the earth. As dreams become reality, we are building a sustainable future because we are certain the future has arrived.
And next up, we'll hear about the Open POC approach in action. Please welcome Strategy Manager at Paylessure, Ayşenur Hall, to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Some of you we already met during Finext, and compared to the first day, it's great to see that we are much more crowded here. Welcome. My name is Ayşenur, and from the first day of Finext till today, we have been worked closely with sponsors and product owners. And today, I want to mention about this whole process and what we have done. We designed OpenPOC as a bridge between sponsors and product owners, companies and product owners. And our goal is simple: to reduce workload and simplify this whole POC processes, and also help both sides to make faster decisions. During Finext, we met 7 enterprises and 10 startups. These meetings took more than 30 hours. After that, NDAs were signed by both parties. Then we did pre-screening based on evaluation criteria of the company and the OpenPOC standards. At this stage, we evaluated product details, risks, use cases, and compatibility with company requirements. Our main goal was clear: to match production-ready products with the right companies, and also for products that were not ready for production, we shared clear improvement suggestions. With OpenPOC processes, POC processes are no longer complex. It's standard and it's structured. Companies can make decisions faster based on real data, not intuition. And for product owners, POC becomes less stressful. It's not working. Okay. As I mentioned, we met many of you, and according to your feedbacks, we improved the platform. Here we have 3 models. First one is pre-screening only. In this model, we just focus on filtering, reporting, and matching. And the second one is end-to-end POC management. This one is optional. If companies would like that, want that, we can manage their whole POC processes from the setup to the production. And the third one is optional as well. Here we have digital twin model. This one, companies can test the product, technical, operational, and also security topics with the controlled area. The first one is the one that we used for Finext. And so what do we offer? Yeah. What do we offer? This. Not this one. Before? Oh, no. This one. Here we offer a scorecard. Here this scorecard has products information, features, risks. Here we have results. Overall score and risk status, and here also we have evaluation result across 7 layers. This one is, let's say, quick overview, and also we offer a light report. In this light report, you can see the detailed version of this scorecard, detailed version of this evaluation criteria and their whole details, risks, improvement areas, and also strengths. So let's see the results. Here we reduced workload by 60%, increased efficiency by 2.5 times, and saved more than 150 hours. Created data-driven documents and identified risks early. Reduced cost by 40% at Digital Park Teknokent. So what's next? If you're a product owner, you can manage your POC processes through OpenPOC and also improve your product each day. And if you're a company, you can choose the right company faster and shorten your POC timelines. And that's all from me. Our platform is ready and open to use. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Al, for your detailed presentation. Now, it's time for what we've all been waiting for, our finalist presentations. Each founder will present their solution, business model, and growth vision. Let's begin with Capstacker. Capstacker powers milestone-based contracting and payments for startups. Their motto is, pay contractors for results, not retainers. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Is it on? Yeah. So I don't have the device, right? So it just flows. Do I? need
Evren Bey merhaba, nasılsınız?
Do I need a device to check the slides? Yeah. Pointer, yeah. Thank you. So my startup's name is Capstacker, and we start with funding. A funding can buy a founder runway, but it doesn't necessarily fix their cash burn. And this is what we do. Now imagine this founder, whether VC-backed or bootstrapped, they often come to this crossroads and where they choose whether to pay with cash to an agency or to a contractor, or they can choose to tie the payments to milestones and even use equity to blend down the cash. So this sounds optimal, right? But it doesn't happen a lot. Only 3% of founders can do that right now. And the reason to that is that the milestone-based compensation framework is missing. And this is what we built. We are the single source of truth for milestone-based agreements, milestone tracking, and payouts end-to-end. Our founders can choose from 4 compensation paths. They can either choose to pay from results as in revenue share. They can pay for results. They can use equity as compensation, not a bonus anymore. They can use a minimal cash flow to support the continuity of those kind of deals. We are a team of startup operators who have lived through the founder pain. I'm a second-time founder. I have been sitting in operator roles for quite a while, and I am also mentoring startups. My colleague Rustam, who is also a founder, I met through Startup Wise Guys Network. And Harvard, a longtime mentor of mine, is now advising the team, and he's taking care of the US partnerships for us. The skin-in model, this is what we are solving. This has been there for a long time. Skin-in model means that the operator is also taking risk alongside the founder. This has been there for a while, but now it's inevitable because IC's individual contractors are taking place of over full-time employees. So this is happening right now as we speak. We are pre-market, but we have extensively talked to each side of the network. The founders, Yaroslav, for instance, from Startup Wise Guys, he and as well Ryan from Fractions United, a veteran COO, both point out to the missing layer of trust. And so we started the build, and we have an early traction, which we can now show. We have 3 startups who are committed to pay when we start with the startup intake in the next couple of weeks. And we have more than 20 fractionals from US who are willing to take on Capstacker opportunities. The startup compensation stack is missing one layer. There is Deal, Carta, and there's Upwork, which have solved big problems. But the milestone-based compensation layer was missing, and we are building that on top of the existing stack. We believe that it's going to be hard to replace, for we are not just another platform which is facilitating deals among the 2 parties, but we are creating the framework for it. And we are also the data engine for milestone-based compensation. Well, we will be de-risking VC portfolios. We will be increasing startup capital efficiency. And this we will be doing by just precisely working with operator to startup relationships, not the broader and less margin freelancer market. We'll start with 2,000 US startups who are relying on contractors and outsourced services exclusively. They are spending about $250K a year on this type of deals. And this gives us, by 3% take, this gives us a 50 million obtainable market. And as we grow globally, it's about 300 startups to be served. We monetize through 3 ways. There's the success fee model where we charge the operator where they receive a payout. We charge a very lightweight platform access fee to the startups. And there's the third and longer vision way where we'll be having our partner platforms to be charged per transaction when they use our API to enable milestone-based compensation. We have just established our US entity. We are now preparing for the startup intake. We will be moving forward to create our proprietary compensation dataset, which will be then fed into LLMs to be installed in our core workflows. And from 2027 onward, we'll be growing through our API. Now, this is a bold vision, and we know that we need support with that. So we are raising 250K right now to reach by month 12 to 25K MRR. And we know that you can help us get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abbasoglu, for your presentation. And next up is DataFlow. DataFlow is an AI vision, cloud-native, no-code data platform to solve the complexity of enterprise data integration and analytics. Let's hear it from them.
Hi, everyone. My name is Evren Yıldız. I'm the co-founder of DataFlow. So what we've seen in the market for many years, most of the organizations wants to become data and AI driven, and this brings a lot of time. This brings complexity into their lives. So this is what we've seen in the market: the complexity that big data and AI introduce their lives. And the existing solutions in the market, like Databricks, they can be quite costly and still requires high skilled person and skill force. And also the cloud providers, platforms lock you in and doesn't give you the flexibility to use other platforms, other products, technologies. So with this vision, we would like to create an extraordinary cloud-native, no-code, AI-based data platform so users can easily access their data and transform it, make it ready to any AI or business use cases. With the help of our platform, you can access easily to your any kind of data sources. You can integrate it, as I said, make it ready for AI use cases. Use our analytical engine and interactively analyze your data very easily. Look and feel UI product gives you the flexibility to use the platform efficiently. And the beauty of the platform is we leverage the Spark, one of the strongest execution engine in the market, and we transpile your UI flows to Spark codes and distribute in the Kubernetes environments. And the platform is also secure. Also, we work serverless, which means gives you the, again, flexibility to use the computation power whenever needs. And if you don't use it, if you don't need it, you can share with other technologies in your ecosystem. And you can also use our data products to share data within the company with different teams or different technologies. Sorry. This is a simple example of our web UI. It's very simple, as I said. It's very easy to use. It's scalable platform, and it works on cloud, on-prem, or hybrid environments, and it's secure and affordable. Let's have a look at the market. We can be in 3 different markets, by the way. It can be data intelligence market, data integration market, or a data lakehouse market. So one of the biggest key players in the market is Databricks, and they reach more than $130 billion evaluation at the latest raise funding. And by the end of 2013, we would like to reach 32 million revenue, annual recurring revenue. And in order to do that, we create a very simple license model, but it can be expandable in the customer side. So we call it compute unit. It's the combination of 1 virtual CPU and 2 GB of memory, and customers have the flexibility to increase the capacity based on their requirements. And it's subscription model, by the way, and the list price per compute unit is $1,000 right now. We have been working on 35 different leads, and we still have active 16 opportunities in the pipeline. We did 6 POCs. We got a technical win from all of them. We closed 5 deals so far, and the only remaining one is Turkcell, and hopefully we're gonna get it there with them. I just want to emphasize that I'm not going to talk about all of them. I just want to emphasize that we have the business plan, we are executing it, and we just need your help to reach our goals, what we target by the end of 2013, more than 30 million recurring revenue. How are we going to do it? We already start creating a partner ecosystem. We have 2 partners in Turkey. We have 3 different technology partners in global. So we're going to expand that partnerships and create more pipeline and a word of mouth in the market. And then we're going to publish our software as a service model. So our customers will be able to access our platform within a couple of clicks in any cloud vendor, any platform they would like to work. We have a very strong founder team, very experienced, more than 15 years. And we have 7 developers, engineers constantly working on the product to make it better always. And why we are here? Because we need your help and support to grow faster, because time, that's something money can't buy. And we need to speed up. We need to make it happen as soon as possible. We want to become a better version of Databricks. We hope so. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Yıldız, for your presentation. And up next is DeFi, AI-driven compliance infrastructure for crypto assets. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Okay. And sorry for I cannot stand like this because I have a ACL problem, so I need to some little small walks. And I'm Suat, co-founder and CEO of DeFi. And how we are leading an AI compliance, an AI transformation at compliance worlds through DeFi. Today I will show you. And problem is simple. As crypto adoption skyrockets and the financial crime is growing rapidly, also everybody knows. And current compliance tools can't keep up the blockchain speeds. Our solution is Vera. Vera is an AI compliance officer, and it can collect the all data from the multiple platforms, also our competitors, also they are included, and generate holistic results as a human compliance and risk officer, but as machine speed. After integration, just relax because the most important things in this area, Vera can get action autonomously, and after integration, just relax and track them. Web3 and blockchain is also exploding globally, and also you can see the regulation rates on the map. And especially banks and fintechs are quickly moving their business model to Web3 and blockchain area, and that's where we come in. We have a multiple segment SaaS model, and our license fee starts from the $10,000 and more than $100K for bank agreements. And we have a great business model, and our gross margin is more than 8%. Until now, we tracked more than 400,000 wallets in real time, and we generate reports for stolen money, more than $300 million. And also, maybe, the kapalı çarşı issues, also we generated report them. And with regulation, we have a bright future. So we are ready for them, and we are expanding our business model to UAE after that EU and US. We trusted some giant techs and leader companies, and the most important one is the MasterCard. We integrated with MasterCard Sandbox for EMEA, and it's their first crypto integration is. And also many more than on our pipeline. Actually, we analyzed the competition and we seen a clear gap for the next-gen tools. We define as the next-gen tools, and we are getting action autonomously, and we support the local adaptation, and these are give us a huge advantage in this area. This is our team, a group of experts, AI, blockchain, and software, and law. And we know how to build model and scale them. Actually, we have collected the current round, and we are gonna seek after amounts for the next round. Thank you for listening. If you have any question. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Suat, for your presentation. And next up is FinCap, compliant automation for regulated entities, treating compliance as a feature of growth, not a barrier. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Igor Majov, one of the co-founders of FinCap. And we are, as I mentioned, a compliance-first automation company that provides infrastructure for the financial and regulated businesses. And why this is important right now? We already heard a couple of times that regulations are burdening businesses, and they have increased by 500% in the last 10 years, with 270 billion spent on compliance each year. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, with a lot of regulatory tsunami coming in for all the regulated businesses, including banking, telcos, insurance companies, which have to include a lot of cost to stay compliant, adopt AI, and of course, be compliant with all the new EU regulations. We understood that every €1 invested in compliance returns more than €5 in fines or lawsuits. So what we want to do is basically to turn compliance into the engine of growth for regulated businesses. And how we are doing this, we are providing two layers. The first layer is the regulatory tuned LLM. Yes, you heard it right. We are creating a fine-tuned model with embedded regulations for European Union, trained on real data and taking account on the regulatory boundaries. So if I have to say it what it is, it's basically like open AI on guide rails, where everything is fine-tuned for your own needs. And on top of that, we're building application layer, which is CareOS, with a number of tools that are able to automate your business up to 70%. The regulatory tuned LLM, it's one of the state-of-the-art layers that we are also providing for banks and institutions to build on top of it. So you can also use it with your own tech teams as an API, or build on it, which actually decreases the time of implementation by 5 times and significantly reducing the risk that happens in building it yourself. And how we are actually doing this? Yes, we already have clients that we started 3 years ago doing it for companies that are within European Union and outside of it, and we had to make it work so they can expand. Our CareOS sits on top of this infrastructure, providing front office, back office, and overlay layer agents in different automation aspects. We have the front office that drives the whole correspondence and activity of your customers through AI interactions. Is it through your portals or your mobile app, or it's simple agents speaking over 30 languages? Definitely something that we want to also embed is the back office system that automates more than 70% of processes. And with our collaboration with BDO, we have actually managed to do it cross-country in innovation in the part of accounting. On the oversight layer, we're doing something new, especially in giving a tool for the regulators to monitor their constituents. So it's not just about staying regulated, but also regulators to monitor their activities. And yes, RegTech is developing and is growing 20% year on year, with more and more happening, and especially the targeted areas of asset management, pension fund, insurance, banking, where we already are, targeting EMEA market over 20 billion and the 200 million we already are present in. The thing is, yes, we are already on the market with traction 10K MRR, growing up to 1 million of revenue by the end of the year. And how we're doing is with 3 offices in Macedonia, Bulgaria, and US, with partnerships in order to deploy our technology to multiple partners. We didn't do it alone. I have invested, and many have invested from the financial sector together with Vitosha Ventures to actually build this, including 500,000 euros from Google AI challenge that we won 2 years ago in order to build this model. It was not easy, but we made more than 6 clients, 4 of them that we can present. 2 of them are asset management funds. One is one of the leading accounting firms, and A1 is a telco provider out of Austria. For all of them, we have different modules, and we are lucky to say that NLB, we are actually today implementing the full Care OS infrastructure, the reason why our CEO is not here today and implementing with the team. What we can provide as metrics is that we have more than 60% reduce the manual tasks, 50% faster reporting, and of course, decreasing of mistakes made by human error. The business model is kind of simple. So we have the SaaS subscription for each of the AI modules, one-time implementation cost, and usage base. As every other LLM model, we are charging tokens, so every interaction is charged through our system. We already have distribution channels and about 3 million in pipeline just to close this 2026. And our average cost of client starts with about 50K for a 3 years contract and grows up to 1 million. Yes, we have competition, but let's be real. With RegTech being so diverse, we identify that nobody actually tackles this problem from the very core. Everybody is tackling from the top. So therefore, we understood that our core advantage is actually connecting everything together. We have a stellar team of 8 professionals that are focused on actually building this globally, and we already crossed the POC, open POC procedure that validates that we are ready to start POCs with companies here, which is the reason why we are here. So we look forward to actually initiate POCs and start contracts on the Turkish market and use Turkey as the launchpad to expand to the Middle East and elsewhere. Of course, we'll not say no to money. We already have funds in the bank and 100K committed. But if any of you would like to invest, we'll definitely would like to talk to you. Therefore, we like to actually spend the money for distributing what we already have in the pipeline. So money will be spent on acquiring clients. And yes, we wanted to do a demo on stage and show you all the trinkets that we have. But I will really like for you to scan it, test, play with our AI, because you can talk with 30 languages, and upgrade compliance. Don't fear AI. That's why we like to say, put compliance and the engine of growth and having FinCap as your partner of change. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Igor, for your presentation. And next up is Ossify, AI-driven bone health risk assessment. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nihan Birgün, a Turkey representative of Ossify. I would like to introduce you with Ossify, our newest platform that integrates artificial intelligence with the medical data to generate a personalized bone health risk score. Our platform was developed in Finland with the support of Business Finland, which helps entrepreneurs bring innovation and added value to the healthcare. Now let's talk about the problem that we are addressing. Osteoporosis is a silent crisis. Every year, nearly 37 million people having the risk of osteoporotic fracture. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 having the risk of osteoporotic fracture, but they don't realize it before the fracture occurs. And in the current health system, they are treating the damage, not preventing the risk. And light diagnosis is extremely costly. A patient with a fracture costs around $47,000 per year, compared to about $16,000 per year for a patient without a fracture. Beyond the numbers, it means pain, long rehabilitation duration, and loss of independence. If we can predict the bone health risk early, then we can change this story. That is why our focus audience are aging population who deserve accessible preventive care instead of late-stage treatments, healthcare providers who need faster data-driven insights to make better medical decisions. With Ossify, we empower both patients and professionals to move from diagnosis to prediction. And what are the key benefits of Ossify? The first one is early detection of bone health risk enables timely intervention. Personalized patient-specific treatment plans improve treatment effectiveness, preventive approaches reduce overall healthcare costs, and patients achieve better clinical outcomes with an improved quality of life. Ossify Bio is an AI-powered decision support system for bone health. It combines 3 datasets. The first one is blood or saliva sampling, 17 biomarkers from lifestyle and environment collected from over 100,000 people around the worldwide. So our AI system is continuously learning from that growing dataset every day. And the second one is image processing for bone structure analysis. And the third one is DNA for analyzing the modifications and malfunctions. And AI integrates all this data into one personalized risk score. So think of it like Google Maps. Initially, Google says 45 minutes from A to B, but millions of use it. It learns smarter routes and says 35 minutes from A to B. So our AI system works the same way. Ossify constantly learning from patients globally and improve prediction accuracy with personalized results. Unlike traditional DXA scans, Ossify is accessible, fast, and cost-effective. And the results show that 30% reduction in fracture risk, 20% improvement in bone density. So doctors receive decision support and early alerts. Patients receive personalized guidance, nutrition. And the outcome is healthier aging and lower healthcare costs. Our team combines expertise in AI, biotechnology, medicine, led by Dr. Ayhan Yelekçi, and supported by top professors in orthopedics, informatics, and medical biology. This is our board of advisors. And here I would like to show you a template of our report showing the risk dashboard, top findings, and recommended actions with a total bone health index. This is also our dashboard. So Ossify predicts risk before the fracture happens. We help doctors make better decisions and patients live stronger, longer lives. Also, our risk score helps health insurance to identify the high-risk members early and intervene before the costly fracture occurs. So our mission is predict, prevent, and personalize. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Birgün, for your presentation. We also, our guests from municipality, Ataşehir municipality have arrived. Mr. Onur Saladıgüzel, Orhan Aydoğdu, and Hasan Güneydas will be among us. And thank you to all founders, but we will take a short 15-minute break. Feel free to grab some refreshments, continue networking, and take this opportunity to visit the booths just around the corner to meet the founders and explore their solutions in more detail. We'll continue at 15:15. See you shortly.
Woke up this morning with a smile so wide, sunshine pouring through my window bright. Feet hit the floor, I'm feeling so high. Gonna take the world and soar the sky.
businesses. Their motto is limitless potential, borderless finance. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Co-founder of Pintra. Can I have the remote?
Bundan sonradan sonra. İki sonra.
Thank you. So yeah, we are at Pintra, and there are so many finance people here. I guess many of you have done cross-border payments before. I think you know the process sometimes can be painful. I mean, high fees, slow transaction, and limited access. It can be sometimes overwhelming. As Pintra, we're changing this. Behind the scenes, we are using stable coins to move money across the world instantly and secure. But for the users, for the end user, it's just like in regular money transfer. It's transfer. We on-ramp your money and off-ramp your money in the related countries and give the end user a seamless experience. This is our applications flow. You install the Pintra app, you get the onboarding, you do the KYC, and first you load your Turkish lira. Currently, we are supporting 3 currencies natively. It's USD, Euro, and British Pound. For at the current, we are supporting in Turkish for the Turkish citizens USDC wallets. But we are planning to expand this into the Turkish lira with a local bank partner. You first upload your lira into your USDC wallet with on-ramping. Then you select a receiver and send globally. It's delivered in minutes. So when you talk about crypto and stablecoins, regulations is a must. For the travel rule and complying to regulatory accesses, first, all of the users must do KYC and verify their identity. Then, with the help of non-custodial security, non-custodial wallets, we help users to manage their own funds. We are currently operating with USDC to be in compliant with Genius and MiCA in USA and Europe. So about business model, we have dedicated 1% fee, at most 1% fee, to go the business ongoing. It has much less fee compared to old technology like Swift technology. About the market opportunity, in the 2024 and 2025, the total market cap was $1 trillion, about $1 trillion across the world. In Turkey, this number is about 2.5 billion. But our initial customer, for our initial customers, which is freelancers, students, foreign students who constantly send and receive money abroad, and small and medium-sized businesses, the market is 4% of the total Turkish market, which equals to $100 million. So about the competitors, we say Western Union is the past, Wise is the present, and Pintra is the future. As you can see, we have a graph of simplicity and transaction speed. Western Union is complicated and slow. PayPal, which is not currently in Turkey, is fast but can sometimes have high fees. Wise and Revolut are the cutting-edge technologies of the current era, but also their fee can sometimes be volatile. With Pintra, we want to solve this problem. So about our partners, when we first came to Finext, we had no strategic partners, and our infrastructure was volatile and not constructed. We first partnered up with Noah to use their infrastructure. Noah supports Griffin, SumSwap, and Lead Bank accesses to hold fiat in Europe and USA, and also UK. We also are integrating self-custody wallet infrastructure called Fivey. It also includes the Stripe background infrastructure. As I mentioned also, we are operating on USDC, which is circle-backed. Roadmap, we started developing our MVP at March 2025, and at August 2025, we have closed the MVP phase. Then we have selected into Finext. When we first came here, we want to say we have the MVP and we want to go to production phase. Then we implemented Noah infrastructure at February. We want to go to global market as August 2026 and expand into scale into 200K plus monthly GTV into December 2026. So as I mentioned, when we first came here, we had the MVP and we wanted the product phase. I'm happy to announce that we are currently at the beta testing at Google Play and App Store and we are welcoming our first testers. We have also secured green lights from 2 universities that they said they could promote Pintra via SMS and email to their foreign students, which will be slogan of Pintra at campus. So what's next? For the global on-ramp strategic Transact integration, Transact is an on-ramp supplier. We want to implement them. Seamless onboarding. We want to implement the users with email-based. Currently, we are doing it only phone number. We want users to be able to spend their money also with POS and Ring Card, and we want to launch and finish the closed beta testing. This is the team. We have 3 co-founders, 1 business, 2 tech, and these are the board of advisors. So we are currently raising 400K. Mostly will be used for marketing and team expansion. And thank you for listening. We are Pintra and we are just getting started.
Thank you for your presentation. Next up is Operator, autonomous AI agents that works as an independent part of your team. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I am Ibrahim Shoyer, CTO of Operator. And as Operator, we are rebuilding AI for a startup. It gives me a great pleasure that most of the ones I met today have used AI tools or AI agents once in their lifetime. And while using them, you are trying to lift down your burden of writing the task or creating some tasks yourself, right? So we have used it for coding, for marketing, for sales before. But you spend multiple hours trying to build what we call a context. You give it an idea of what you want to build, and then you try it out. It gives you some answer. You go over and revision it. And what we see right now is that business spend over $6.5 million annually on AI. Yet, nearly 95% of AI adoption fail. Why? We have 3 problems. With AI agents, what we have right now is that you have to build a context. Context is, imagine you are hiring a new employee, right? So you give it an onboarding, you tell him what is my team, he starts to understand what your company is doing, right? And day by day, you give him a simple task. You say, do this, and he does it. Okay? This is what agents are failing to do. They don't have real-time context. They don't have months of context of your company. The other problem is that you give it some credential, you give the new employee some credential, and he goes on and build his own context. That's what we are building. We are trying to build agents that have real-time context and real-time access. Again, lack of visibility. Also, he is an agent, but this agent, we ask him for our personal stuff and so on, yet he doesn't have the collective knowledge that you have. He doesn't have 50 years of experience. He doesn't have 25 years of experience, and he doesn't know even your mail domain. So what we are proposing? What we are proposing is simply an operating system. Imagine you are hiring Windows, okay? You have a Windows that all of your agent, all of your AI tools, you can just plug in similar to your mouse, okay? You buy a mouse from Logitech, you buy it from Apple, and you plug into your Microsoft Windows operating system and understand what's coming from it, okay? This is what we are building. We are building an environment. Simply as you are hiring a new employee, you are hiring a new agent. This agent can be a marketing agent, can be a coding agent for development. He can be a sales agent. He can be your CEO even. But you need to onboard him first. You need to give him credentials to access your knowledge base. And you can hire any agent that you like. You can hire an agent from OpenAI. You can hire an agent from Claude. Whatever agent you see fit to you, you just go in LinkedIn and look at his previous experience. Okay, he seems fit, hire him. This is what we are simply building. What we are giving to this agent is tools and integration. You don't have to go in and give it your access credential to LinkedIn. You don't have to give it your mail address and its authentication. He will be part of your team. He will have his own identity. He will have his own authentication. So he saves your personal data and doesn't do anything without your permission. Okay? What we are building is a context-aware agent, so he can access your Notion page. He can access your Slack. He can take tasks from Slack, just writing in Slack or an email. He can attend your Google meetings and see what tasks would you delegate to other agents, himself or other employees. So our value lies in creating an autonomous agent that uses your tools, okay? Tools for building the context, tools for communication. He's a team player, similar to any employees that you have in your company. And of course, he uses the power of any AI automation tool that you can give to him. Okay, so our business model is we have a SaaS operation, we have a SaaS system, and our starter plan is $80. Our pro plan is $200. Of course, you can have also pay as you go. We have 70 plus startups waiting in the list, and our evaluation for this is around $120,000 for the deal size. For our market size, we have the global market size. We are targeting around $31.1 billion. Our SAM size is $565 million, and our SOM is $28.3 million. Our founding team, we have Hisham. Hisham is a CEO with 5+ years of experience as an entrepreneurship with successful exits. I have, as a CTO, I have a PhD with experience of 10+ years in AI and computer vision. And we have Ozhan, our PO, and he is also has a very successful projects in the MENA region. He is also ex-insider. We have Yalchin, our founding full stack engineer. What we are looking for, we have a pre-seed round of raising $1.2 million via SafeNote, and our valuation cap is $7 million. Please join us in empowering our next generation of AI startups. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your presentation. Next up is RiskOptima WealthTech, causal AI-powered zero DTE options trading algorithms. Please welcome them to the stage.
And thank you, Mehmet Dolgan, for inviting us here. This is my company, RiskOptima WealthTech. My name is İlkay. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO. And Can is over there, our full stack engineer from Boğaziçi University. He also has a double major in mathematics. Okay. So the problem we are solving is we discovered a $1 billion a day market in the United States. It's the options, it's the same day expiring options of the index. Şuradan bir telefon geliyor. Evet, bunu kapatıyoruz. Kimin telefonu bu acaba? Anyway, so you cannot survive this complex market without structured financial instruments. By financial instruments, I say this. Let's say you're a Turkish investment living in Turkey, and you hear that Germany is going to bloom. Their market is going to go up, but you don't know any companies in Germany. So you pick up the phone, call your broker and say, buy me DAX, okay? As DAX is the German index ETF. Okay, so it's very easy. A structured product gives you access without having too much information. Okay, so here in this 0 days to expire options, which $1 billion trade a day. There are some instruments, but they underperform. As you can see, the best one performs less than 20% annually, and we are promising more than 40%. And the more important thing is probably this. This market has grown 5 times over the last 3 years. Okay, so our solution is 2 times better in returns. It's a fully automated system. We use causal AI. We use causal AI, which predicts how far the market will move in a given day. Okay, that's the most important part. That's the brain. And then there is a second part. It automatically creates an options strategy that shall profit, and it sends the order to the market. Okay, and then the AI monitors the positions until expiration time. No human intervention is necessary. Okay, so when I talk about causal AI, this is what I'm talking about. Usually our competitors are, most of the time, machine learning people. Okay, machine learning people are usually using correlations between variables. We don't do correlations. We use causations. This is the causations that affect the investor profit. Okay, so this is the heart of causal AI. This is our edge. Okay. So this is how our front end looks like. Okay. This is the market today in the beginning. Okay. And it says the market is going to move only 1.6% up or 1.6%, 7% down. So we do not try to predict the direction of the US market. We predict today's volatility. Okay? Once this is predicted, you see it's over there, it's 95% confidence level. Okay? And the limits are over there, 68, 45, etc. So we enter those limits over there, push, generate strategy, and here comes the strategy. Okay, it's an optimized options strategy with 4 legs. And then it gives me more information, and the only time a human is intervening is saying yes to this. Okay, if I say yes, everything goes on into the market until the closing time, which is the same day. Okay, so traction, we have some real money returns. As you can see, we are running 120K live capital over Interactive Brokers. We have a 100K angel investor commitment. Now, the 100K angel investor commitment is from the person who actually risked, not gave, who risked his 85K capital in his own account at Interactive Brokers. Okay, so we have some real life results here, which are impressive, but I'm going to go on, okay? It is a huge market. Annually, it's around $300 billion. That's the TAM. Our segment is $10 to $20 billion. So algorithmic zero-DT strategies. And our target in 5 years is $500 million. Revenue model, we have a Turkish company called Risk Optima, obviously, but we are going to start a Delaware hedge fund management company. That is a must because we want to get within the reach of US investors. And then after we prove ourselves, after the POC is completed, we are going to start a Cayman Islands hedge fund. Cayman Islands is part of the British Union or the UK. Okay, so the industry standard 2% management fee on the money that we manage per year. That's the management fee income. And also there's going to be a 20% performance fee on profits. Okay, 500 million is the targeted money that we are going to be running as AUM, assets under management. This is 2% of the AUM annually. And if we make around 30 to 40% returns, we're going to get $40 million per year. Okay, and finally, our target customers are family offices globally seeking alternative alpha, hedge funds, fund of funds allocating to systematic strategies like ours, and high net worth individuals. So we can actually call ourselves B2B. Okay. This is the team. As you can see, that's my picture. Jambora is over there, double major, as I said, full stack programmer. And this is Pınar Aksoy from ODTÜ. She is also a full stack engineer. Okay. She is our cloud person. And this is actually the most important one, and I'm going to stop here. This is our timeline-based, this is our milestones and timelines. Currently, our valuation is $2 million because it's pre-POC. 1 month later, if we are live on IBKR and we have positive returns, our valuation is going to be $2 to $5 million. 3 months later, if our algorithm consistently gives positive returns, our valuation will be $5 to $10 million. 6 months later, we're going to get audited by probably one of the 4 top auditors in the world or some other one. We're going to get the audit, and it's going to be $2 million company will become somewhere around $10 million in 6 months. Okay, so 12 months later, we're going to have started institutional grade reporting, and then with our first institutional close, which may be the family office that we are currently doing the POC, or related companies that this family office network has, we're going to end up in the 3-digit million dollars. So we are looking for $200, $200K. Okay, so this is our ask. We are looking for $200K. And our valuation is $2 million. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. İlkay, for your presentation. And next up is Seed Expert, Smart Company Valuation Platform. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I am Gülşah Çakır. I am a co-founder of Seed Expert. There are over 4 million entrepreneurs in Turkey, but they don't really know how company valuation works. That's why I create Seed Expert. Seed Expert is digital company valuation platform using two different methods. We support Turkish and English, and you can use any currency. And we want a fair and affordable price. We offer 3 different packages, 1 package for entrepreneur, 3 and 2 package for investor and technopark. Total market size is $432.2 million. We focus on Europe and North American market. Right now, we are operated Azerbaijan and Turkey. And 2 months ago, we launched, but we have some customers. And our sales strategy is direct sales, marketing, and marketplace, and partnership model. We have a strong team. You know, I have been in business life 22 years, and last 10 years of my journey, I have been fully entrepreneurial. I focus sales, marketing, investor, and grant sides. And my partner, Ilgun, focus on operation and product size. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Ms. Çakır. And next is coming up White Paper IQ, AI-powered insights for Web3 and airdrops. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Hi, everyone. I am Fatih from White Paper IQ and Trio Blockchain Labs. We are building White Paper IQ under the hood of Trio Blockchain Labs, which is a company that has 5-year experience on blockchain side. And what is the problem? Why we built White Paper IQ? The reason is really simple, because Web3 and crypto is really loud. There's lots of projects just coming up just every day, and that project just saying something different from each other. In that space, there's not just such a single solution that can focusing on evaluating projects' risks and their reliability for businesses like crypto exchange platforms and for just end users like researchers and investors. This is really important for companies because they have huge listing teams to list tokens, and they want to list tokens according to regulations. So because of that, we built White Paper IQ. We built a solution that can analyze any kind of Web3 projects in just seconds, according to our 7 evaluation criteria. These are our criteria. We built an AI system around those criteria, and I can say that this is our core. So, how our project is working, it's really simple to understand. We have a search engine that indexes more than 30,000 projects. Just type the project name, and all the on-chain and off-chain data come around and create a detailed report of the project that should be analyzed. And that's it. Then we have a light version of White Paper IQ. This is on as a mini app, and this is on a base app and Farcaster, this kind of social media accounts that you can ship your mini apps in Web3. And we have more than 500 users in base app and Farcaster. This is our powerhouse for community. Then our market potential says that $7.2 billion is whole Web3 market size, and $1.85 billion is whole Web3 data analytics side. And this is our playground, actually. And we are aiming for 800K by end of this year. This is our potential, because there's no rival in that area for us. So this is our pricings. The first one is our mini app, pay as you analyze model. And the other 3 is for our professional platform. It's SaaS-based subscriptions, and we have plans for end users and both enterprises. Enterprise solutions are really important because we are given regulation-oriented artificial intelligence for enterprises. This is really important, and we are given the fully customizable experience for them. And our partners, we are starting our POCs with this week with the partners that you can see on the screen. We are really happy about it. And our competition and core value. As I said, competition currently is not a problem for us because there's no competitors in that area, currently a single competitor, because what we give is given with more than just one tool in current Web3 space. So it's not a big deal for us. So for go-to-market strategy, we are working with influencers and crypto communities for end users and crypto exchange platforms with reaching out actually more businesses. Then this is our team at White Paper IQ and Trio Blockchain Labs. We are a small team that built lots of big things. And our roadmap, by end of Q3 of 2026, we are aiming to ship 2 big updates. One of is criminal activity detection on-chain sites, and the other one is proof of reserve checker for actually crypto exchange platforms. This is really important. And we are aiming for more than 50 enterprise sales and 200 pro user sales. And this is our OpenPOC final evaluation. And this is White Paper IQ. Thank you for listening. You can scan the QR code for more info. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Fatih, for your presentation. And with that, we listened to all our presenters. Let's give a strong round of applause to all our founders today. And now, for closing remarks, I'd like to invite Deputy General Manager of Digital Park Teknokent, Tolga Bildirci, to the stage.
The guy, but I think someone has to finish the program, this amazing program. But before ending the program, I would like to remind you that there are 2 programs, upcoming programs. One is our mini MBA program will start I believe in March, and then also we'll have a program, acceleration program will start in Skopje. The name is Bridge to Balkans. So I would like to remind you that please follow us in in social media and to keep the upcoming events. Okay. Distinguished guests, entrepreneurs, sponsors, partners, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the closing of this year's Finext Acceleration Program. Over the past months, we have witnessed inspiring innovation, strong collaboration, and remarkable determination from each startup participating in Finext. This year's program, carried out here at Digital Park Teknokent, near the Istanbul Finance District, brought together brightest minds in financial technologies. From specialized fintech trainings to sector-leading mentorship sessions, from corporate visits to today's Demo Day, our goal has been to hold up bold ideas, mature into scalable and global solutions. As Digital Park Teknokent, we believe that fintech is one of our country's strongest innovation domains. Through Finext, we strive not only support technological development, but also to connect our startups with international markets, investors, and strategic partners. Today, as we conclude this edition of Finext, I want to congratulate all participating startups for their hard work and vision. You are building the future of finance, and we are proud to be part of your journey. I also extend my sincere gratitude to our mentors, sponsors, ecosystem partners, and the entire Finext team for making this program possible. We look forward to seeing you continued success and welcoming you again in the future editions of Finext. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bildirici. And now I would like to invite the representatives of our sponsors to the stage for recognition and name them. Our sponsors, Halkbank, Odeatek, Aktiftek, Arz Gayrimenkul, CPay, Unico, KFT Bilişim, Hesapkurdu, Agito, and Payoffsir. Once again, thank you for your trust and support and commitment to strengthening the fintech ecosystem. Please join us on stage. Sırayla çağırayım mı? Tamam. We again invite our sponsors one by one to receive their plaques. And first up is Halkbank. Let's give an applause for their support to our system. Next up is Odeatek. Welcome them to the stage. And next up is Aktiftek. Next up is Arz Gayrimenkul. Okay, and next up is CPay. We'll welcome Unico to receive its award. Next up is KFT Bilişim. Our next sponsor is Hesap Kurdu. We thank again to Agito and welcome them to the stage. And next up, Payoff, sir. We thank them for their continued support. Again, let's give a strong round of applause to all our sponsors that continue to support us here. And now we're going to move to our founders, of course. But before moving to our founders, I would like to add that all expenses of our entrepreneurs who joined us from other cities and abroad have been fully covered thanks to our sponsors. We recently thanked. Let's give an applause to them, man. And also, I'd like to add that entrepreneurs who relocated their companies here have been granted a year of access to the Tech in Cube. And in addition, with Money Card, they earn the right to attend events in Riyadh and Amsterdam. And now, I'd like to invite our founders to the stage for accepting their Money Card and all other boards. All our founders, welcome to the stage. Oh, all of them, all of you. Let's share this moment together. Tamam. We also have presents for our supporters, our sponsors, on the just right side of the stage. And I also, with finishing remarks, I'd like to thank you all for being part of Finext Final and Demo Day 2026. Finext and many other events will take place under the umbrella of Digital Park Technokent. To stay informed about our upcoming events and program, please follow us on social media platforms. And innovation grows through collaboration. And today, I believe we've seen that collaboration in action. Have a great afternoon and continued success to everyone.
Thank you.